Hello, everyone. I'm Barry Stagner and just wanted to give you a formal invitation to join us starting next Thursday, June 3rd, for our weekly World Events and Prophecy update at 7 p.m. Pacific time on a program we're calling The Lineup. It will be broadcast right here live on this Facebook page, and also you can watch on YouTube. And we have just a myriad of things going on in the world that we need to be paying attention to. And of course, Israel is at the focal point and it really is the fulcrum of all these things that are happening. And we know that Zechariah tells us that in chapter 12, the world is going to be drawn into a place where Jerusalem becomes a burdensome stone to all nations. And we are watching this happen right before our eyes. I think all of us have seen in this past year how something that was really unexpected and never really even entered into any of our minds can happen so quickly. And we know that within the Olivet Discourse, Jesus mentioned that there would be pestilence or rampant diseases in the last days. And here we are still dealing with the COVID-19 issues. And we saw the world change in just literally days. And we're seeing things dramatically change in the Middle East again. We had some interesting things I'd like to throw out there for your attention tonight to consider as we move forward. And again, I want to encourage you, if you don't follow this Facebook page, I've been really, as Amir has and Pastor Jack Hibbs, been heavily restricted. So they're removing followers and all those other things that they've been at for some time. And big tech is censoring heavily anyone who wants to speak from a conservative perspective or a Christian perspective. So follow, if you would, the Facebook page. And then also you can follow our YouTube channel, which is either you can find it under the name The Truth About God, or you can subscribe simply by searching my name. So subscribe, hit the notifications bell. You'll know when we're going live. And interesting things happening of late. And the Jihad Watch has reported that Biden demanded Israel cancel the Jerusalem Day parade and end evictions of illegal Muslim occupiers. And this began even before the exchange, the 11-day exchange between the Israelis and the Palestinians began. And it actually was a motion that he was something he put in motion all the way back on May 10th. The article says that Biden had three immediate demands of Israel: stop the evictions in Sheikh Jarrah, lower tensions on the Temple Mount, and cancel the annual Jerusalem Day parade, during which the Israeli nationalists celebrate the unification of Jerusalem under Israeli control. Now, of course, we're going to see the Jews celebrate the fact that Jerusalem was unified back in June of 1967, and the declaration was made that the Temple Mount is in our hands. And yet we know today that Jordan remains in control of the Temple Mount. So tensions there aren't something that's initiated by Israel. It's initiated continually and constantly by the Muslims, who are desiring to banish the Jews from any presence. As a matter of fact, that was one of Mahmoud Abbas's demands for a ongoing ceasefire, is that the Jews no longer be allowed on the Temple Mount. And the fact that we noted that there is going to be national tension surrounding the nation of Israel, and it is going to spread and increased anti-Semitism, is something we would expect to see. And interesting that Israel 365 is reporting that violent Palestinian protests are going to continue to sweep America and only get worse. And this article says the wave of violent pro-Palestine protests sweeping the nation is showing no signs of slowing down, and Israel 365 News is closely tracking upcoming rallies and has discovered over 24 potentially violent pro-Palestinian protests in major cities throughout the United States that are scheduled to take place in the next few days before the end of May alone. And who knows what's going to happen beyond that. But what we do know is that the world is moving toward the focal point of world attention being the nation of Israel. Some 8,000 square miles on this whole planet with so many other nations and so many other peoples, countries with billions of people. And yet the piece of geography that God said would be the focal point of the world and the point of angst for the world as well is happening right before our eyes. Israel is in the news literally every day. So once again, I'd like to invite you to tune in June 3rd, starting June 3rd. And from this point forward, every Thursday, 7 p.m. Pacific time here in the States, we'll be looking at world events as they line up with Bible prophecy in a program called The Lineup. I'll be hosting. Amir will be joining me from time to time and hope to have other guests on as well. But just wanted to throw a little reminder out there. Make sure you sign up or basically subscribe, I guess, to our YouTube channel. You can look for it under my name, or you can look for it under the name The Truth About God. Both will take you to the same page. Or if you would, you can share and follow this and look at my Facebook page. And again, I mention this every time. This is not my personal Facebook page. This is a public figure page, so you don't have to send me a friend request or anything like that. Just follow it, and you'll be kept up to date on what's going on with the lineup and other events that are happening around the world in between. So I'm Barry Stagner, once again, inviting you to join us for the lineup starting June 3rd, 7 p.m. Pacific time, every week on Thursday. So God bless you guys, and we'll be talking to you again soon.